You spend decades raising your kids, filling the house with their laughter, their mess, their arguments, and then one day, it's quiet. Too quiet. They've moved out, chasing their dreams, starting their own lives, and suddenly, you realize there are things about parenting, about life, and about yourself that you could never understand until this exact moment. Today, I want to share with you the real truths that only sink in once your kids leave home. Some are painful, some are beautiful, but all of them will change the way you see family, love, and your own journey. The first thing parents notice: silence. No more footsteps, slamming doors, or loud music. At first, silence feels heavy, almost unbearable, but eventually, silence becomes peaceful, even healing. I remember the first morning after my youngest left. I woke up, walked into the kitchen, and it hit me. No cereal bowls on the counter. No school bag by the door, just silence. And that silence forced me to listen to myself for the first time in years. Silence makes you confront yourself. You start to ask, who am I now when I'm not just mom or dad every second of the day? Parenting equals constant time sacrifice. After kids move out, you suddenly realize you have hours back. The challenge: how to use them wisely. At first, I kept checking my phone, expecting a text about homework, a request for a ride, or some emergency. But the truth is, those calls stopped. That's when I picked up an old guitar I hadn't touched in 20 years. I started learning again. Lesson: you rediscover hobbies, passions, and even your health. It's a second chance to become you again. Even when kids move out, you're still a parent. The relationship shifts from control guidance. You become an advisor, not a supervisor. Anecdote: my daughter called me once about cooking pasta. Yes, pasta. She was 21, living on her own, but in that moment, I realized I'm still her safety net, just in a different way. Key point: kids leaving teaches you parenting is not about daily tasks, it's about lifelong connection. You notice the physical absence, empty rooms, quiet hallways. Some parents turn kids' rooms into offices, gyms, or guest rooms, but a part of you hesitates. It feels like erasing a piece of history. Reflection: the room where my son grew up still has posters on the wall. Some days, I walk in just to sit there. It's not about the space, it's about the memories still living inside those walls. When kids leave, many parents replay the past. Regrets surface. Did I spend enough time? Did I push too hard? Did I say "I love you" enough? But this reflection is also healing. It's what helps you grow into a wiser parent and grandparent. Message: don't drown in regrets. Use them as reminders. Call your kids. Tell them you love them. Show them you're still here. With kids gone, many couples face each other fully again. Some rediscover romance. Others face challenges because the kids were the glue. Story: my wife and I sat across the dinner table one night, and it was the first time in 20 years we didn't have a child interrupting us. It was strange, but slowly, we started talking like we did when we were young. Lesson: the empty nest can either divide you or bring you closer. It depends on how you embrace it. When kids move out, they build their own world. As a parent, your job is to respect that space. Sometimes they'll call daily, sometimes weekly, sometimes rarely, and that's okay. Love is not measured by how often they visit. Love is measured by knowing you gave them the wings to fly. You notice things you once overlooked: sunsets, quiet tea, slow mornings. The beauty of an empty nest is learning to enjoy life again, not in the same way as before, but in a deeper, calmer way. One evening, I made tea, sat by the window, and realized this is the first time in years I'm not rushing. And it was beautiful. Eventually, kids may marry, have children. You see the cycle of life continue. You understand why your parents felt the way they did when you left. You don't just miss your children, you finally understand your parents. So, what do you only understand after your kids move out? You understand that love changes forms, that silence can be both painful and peaceful, that regrets teach you, but memories sustain you, and most of all, you understand that letting go is not the end. It's the beginning of a new chapter for them and for you. If your kids are still at home, cherish it. If they've moved out, embrace it, because both are gifts in their own way. Thank you for spending this time with me. If this touched your heart, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more reflections on life's most meaningful chapters.